Vasudeva inquired, Guruji, can you elucidate the distinction between karma and karma yoga? Guruji shares profound wisdom. Karma produces samskara, whereas karma yoga produces no samskara. It delves into the profound concept that every action, thought, and word of an individual leaves a lasting impact, impression, and imprint on the deeper structure of their mind, known as samskaras or sanskaras. These samskaras encompass tendencies, subconscious beliefs, karmic impulses, habitual capacities, subliminal convictions, and innate dispositions, shaping the individual's journey and evolution. Consider the story of Laxmi. During her travels, she was captivated by the exquisite jewellery adorned by a fellow traveler. Intrigued, Laxmi inquired about the jewellery and the location of the store. Days later, she visited the jewellery store in search of the same design. Relief washed over her when she found it, but her elation was short-lived as she glanced at the steep price tag. Despite the hefty cost, Laxmi was determined to possess this ornament, willing to make considerable sacrifices over the next several years to save up for it. Vasudeva asked, in this context, Vasana refers to the seed of desire. It encapsulates the instincts awakened when one encounters alluring ornaments and harbors the wish to possess them, representing a behavioral tendency. Guruji continued, Laxmi's yearning transitioned into action when she entered the jewellery store with a resolute intent to make a purchase. In doing so, she planted a samskara within herself, akin to the sprouting of Vasana's seed. The consistent contemplation of the jewellery deepened her desire over time, nurturing it and leaving indelible imprints in her memory, known as samskara. As we age, numerous samskaras naturally accumulate, multiplying autonomously until they solidify and become impervious, easily recalled by mere remembrance. Laxmi's desire for the jewellery drove her to save money, sacrificing her comforts to fulfill her yearning. This action, propelled by a compelling desire, is known as karma. Any action performed under the influence of an embedded desire generates samskara in the inner realm, leading the individual to repeat the same pattern. Samskara, in essence, becomes an addiction pattern, persisting as long as it remains alive and causing suffering to the individual. Living an emotion intensely is akin to experiencing a fleeting storm that, when weathered, leaves behind a profound sense of liberation. Whether it's the storm of anger, the tempest of fear, the appetite for a particular delicacy, or an attachment to a person or possession, these emotions hold us captive briefly before dissipating. Consider Laxmi's passion for a specific piece of jewellery. The intense desire that fueled her journey to possess it would likely have evaporated the moment it adorned her. She might not have entertained the thought of buying it again. This exemplifies the transitory nature of emotions. Similarly, when one fully immerses themselves in an experience, embracing it wholeheartedly, they achieve a state of profound liberation from it. Conversely, if an individual continuously revisits a problem through repetitive recollection, it indicates that they haven't truly lived it. This perpetual cycle signifies living within the vast ocean of samskara. Take, for instance, someone with an intense craving for a particular sweet, let's say an apple pie. When presented with an abundant supply, the initial fervor diminishes, and there comes a point when the individual refuses any more. The desire for the apple pie dissipates as the frequency and quantity of the material object increase. This illustrates the vanishing act of desire when an experience is fully lived. Intensely lived emotions are the liberating force that frees us from the very emotions that once held us captive.